Welcome to Trends on Thursdays, where I tell you about the trends I discuss with my clients this week. This week I'll talk about Google Ads, local SEO, YouTube, and Snapchat. First up, customization of ads makes them much more effective. One of the reasons we run segmented audiences when we can. Customizing an ad to fit the audience makes sense, of course, but of course, Google Ads also lets you customize the ad itself with dynamic content. For example, I can run an ad that says only X number of shopping days before Christmas and update that number automatically. The research to go with ad script says that updating the number increases sales, especially as the deadline moves closer. You could also turn ads on and off based on what's in stock or the face of the moon or whatever you want. People don't really mind search ads, by the way, with almost 2 out of 3 shoppers saying that they would click on an ad. Compare this with nobody out of 1,000 people that will click on a banner ad. Google performs 160 billion searches a month, and that's about 60,000 per second. And for those with buying intent, 65% of the clicks go to ads. Now, that's not saying that you can just go and fire your SEO people and replace them with Google Ads people, because your site being optimized actually affects your Google Ads as well. Google has every reason to make sure your site delivers the product and experience your ad promises, because simply put, they make money by delivering the best result for your search. Next up, and a little deeper into what we call local SEO, we still run into businesses that haven't even claimed their online profiles yet. Or sometimes they claim their Google My Business profile, and that's pretty much the end of it. Well, a recent study shows that businesses that have multiple profiles claimed earn 58% more revenue than those that claimed only one. And while you're at it, watch the online ratings, because businesses with ratings of 3.5 to 4.5 stars earn more than those with lower ratings. Now, you can make an argument that a higher star rating and more claimed profiles are simply a sign of having a well-run business and therefore higher revenue. But if you think about it, who wants to go to a doctor or lawyer with a 1-star rating? So the perfect 5-star rating remains elusive for most as well, and actually gives consumers pause, like something seems fishy if everyone thinks you're awesome, right? The number of reviews and the number of your responses also makes a difference. The more, the better the revenues look. Now, remember, don't necessarily respond to all the good reviews, because too many people see that somehow as being spammy, but you should respond to the bad ones, usually after taking a few deep breaths from what I've seen. The other thing you can do to spruce up your directory results is pictures. The more pictures a business posts on their listing, the more inquiries, calls, and web visits they receive. I have a client that gets hundreds of calls and thousands of clicks to their website, and I suspect partially because they have more pictures posted than the average. And one of their pictures is actually close to 500,000 views in just a couple of years, which is pretty impressive for a small market. Next up, YouTube has basically been outperforming broadcast TV for a while now. We can reach more 18 to 49-year-olds on YouTube than on any broadcast or cable network, and over 1 billion hours of YouTube videos are being consumed every single day, more than Facebook and Netflix combined. Not surprisingly, YouTube ads are a great way to reach your audience. Now, remember that YouTube and Google don't know quite as much about their user base as Facebook does, because what they know about us is largely based on our digital footprint, not so much on likes and comments. But we also have to keep in mind that Google Analytics is currently running on over 27 million sites, including many of the top websites of the internet. So Google does know what you're interested in, where you browse, and what you look at. I always remind people that you didn't search for those new shoes on Facebook, but when you don't buy them, the ads for them show up basically everywhere. That's the power of what Google knows at work. There are several types of YouTube ads to choose from, but remember, unlike TV, they usually come with a skip button. So the aim is to be engaging from the very first second, or people will skip you in 6 seconds flat, basically. Last one, Snapchat seems foreign to many advertisers since it's counterintuitive. Messages disappear, stories disappear, but the ad results are here to stay. Snap makes it a little bit easier now to create ads with their new Instant Create feature. Of course, anything self-serve, as usual, still requires quite a bit of knowledge about how the platform works and how to use it, and Snapchat is no different. Snapchat, with over 200 million daily users, lets me reach almost 90% of the 13 to 24 population and 75% of the 13 to 34. Since I'm a few days over 35, I'm basically a senior citizen on Snapchat. Average time spent on the platform every day is 25 to 30 minutes, and ads can be targeted by age, location, device, etc. By the way, if you want to catch me on Snapchat, I am at tcaptivates. Like everywhere else, pretty much, consistency is key. Anyways, that's it for this week's Trends on Thursdays. I'll be back on Monday. Until then, I'm Tobias Wilhelm.